Hello everyone, I'm Sarai and welcome to Sarai Universe. I hope you all are having a fabulous day today. The energy collective wise has been feeling really heavy to me. And so I wanted to do a collective reading today to see what was going on and see maybe what energies we are currently processing right now. Spirit does have a message for us today. Let's get to it. So immediately when I started channeling this information, I started to feel this very heavy energy that like traveled from my crown all the way down to my root, and it was just kind of like an anchor. It's very heavy feeling, and then I started to feel some like sharp pains in my heart as I was channeling. So I don't know what that was about, but I do feel that we are processing some very heavy energy, and maybe this energy has to do with grief in some way. And the first two cards that jumped out were this card. I don't know if you can all see that, and then this card as well. So the energy that I get from this card, I feel like the collective consciousness of America is almost wanting to reach out to help those who are in a very low place right now, those that are in a very dark place right now. There's so much that is happening all over the world. There's genocide, there's lots of protesting right now. There's just a lot of heavy and chaotic energy. With this card, I really get that we want to reach out and help those who are in need. Then we have the Nine of Air card, and if we take a closer look at this image, we see a bunch of crows. But if you look at the branch of the tree, that is a noose. And it looks like the crows are on what looks to be a grave site, like an actual grave. We're processing these deaths that are happening all over the world, that are happening in front of us, that are happening on our phones. We're taking that energy in and we're processing it. We're wanting to reach down and help those who are struggling right now. I feel like we've been in this energy for a while. And as we can see in this image, we have this woman who is in this beautiful like green field. She's sitting on this rock, and then we have this other woman who is almost climbing up from a ditch, and this ditch is dark. It looks like she's coming from a very dark place, coming from rock bottom, and she's trying to climb her way out of it. And here we are at the top, just reaching down to help her. But as you can see in the image, they're not touching. They're reaching out with their fingers to touch, but they're not actually touching. So it kind of gives that sense of like there's distance between the woman up top and the woman at bottom. We're not quite connected, and it could be because we're on different parts of the world having different experiences. I'm also getting that the woman who is sitting on a rock, there's a need for her to also be grateful for what she has, because she can look down, look in the ditch, see where this woman is coming from, see that she just had to do all this to climb up, see that she had to climb from literally the depths of hell. This woman, she really needs to have gratitude for where she's at, because if she were to dwell on the things that aren't working for her, if she were to dwell on the tragedies that are happening in a way where it disempowers her, the woman on a rock can literally fall into the ditch herself if she's not being grateful and being present in the environment that she's in the situation that she's in. But I think in this image, it's really important for the woman to stay grounded in where she's at, because she's there for a reason. And I feel like this applies to the collective in a way where we really need to be of where we are and just being grateful for that, just being grateful for it just because. Expressing our gratitude and just being more present. These cards also jumped out as well. The first card, we have the Mother of Fire. And when I look at this image, I just see a woman that is fully empowered. I see a woman that is in her divine feminine. I see a woman that is ready to wreak havoc on anyone who crosses her. I also see like this wild energy that isn't meant to be tamed and cannot be tamed. And I feel like this fire is building, and it's been building for a while. The collective consciousness is transformational. It's igniting in a way that is, I almost get like a uprising vibe from this card. Just like, oh my gosh, I've had enough. I'm going to step into my power and I'm going to wreak havoc because you crossed me. Now I'm about to become your karma. I also get from this card the Wild Divine Feminine Rising. And this has like been an energy that I've been feeling for years now. This world is starting to shift in a way where it supports more so like a feminine energy, or feminine energy being in like a leadership role, feminine energy creating the new rules and the new practices for humanity to abide by is really more obvious in the collective now, as you can see by certain behaviors that are now reshaping the way that feminine and the masculine interact with each other. The divine feminine is taking a stand. It's like, I'm not going to behave in the way that you want me to behave. I'm not going to abide by these rules that you created to suppress me. I'm going to stand in my power, do what makes me happy, live my life in the most authentic way that I can, and I'm going to free myself of the shackles of the patriarchy.
Hey y'all, thank you for making it this far in the video. Quick announcement. I'm officially taking readings again, and to celebrate, I'm having a sale for the month of August. If you'd like to book a reading with me, follow the links in my bio. Thanks!
Then I got these two cards, Crone of Air and the Eight of Fire. So depicted here, we have a man who has a book, and he looks really old. But what I got from this image is basically a very powerful wizard. A very powerful wizard that wants to maintain a certain level of order, a certain level of structure within society. Then I also get that maybe some energies within the collective that don't want things to change and want things to stay the same, but things are really shaping up to be different here in America. I see this very powerful wizard who knows how to use their magic to manipulate energy and to make people behave in a certain way. And the reason why I say that is because of this Nine of Fire card. As we can see depicted in this picture, you have Poseidon and you have the sea, and then you have Neptune. And I'm going to really just focus on the Neptune imagery, because Neptune rules over illusions, it rules over mysticism, it rules over magic, but most importantly, it rules over illusions. Whatever energy or entity that's put in place to keep order, it does so in a way by casting illusions on the collective. Okay, so the next question that I asked, and also the final question that I asked, was, what advice does Spirit have for the collective consciousness? I got these three cards that jumped out. We have the element of earth, and then we also have the element of water. And looking at the element of earth card, Spirit wants us to be in nature, y'all. Spirit wants us to connect with nature. Go outside, fucking hug a tree or something. Spirit wants us to connect with nature, because in nature we'll probably be able to observe the changes that are happening right now. If you go to a park and you just immerse yourself in the trees, the plants, the animals, the fresh air outside. If you take your shoes off, walk in the grass, just ground yourself with the earth, feel the humming, the beating of the earth. I feel that there's a need for us to get back to that. Technology has really taken over every aspect of our lives, and we really need to get back to connecting with nature so that we can connect back to ourselves. Then we have the element of water, and I think Spirit is saying that the water spirits are here for us. The water spirits want to help assist us. They want to cleanse us of our debris. I can recall like many times where I've gone to the ocean and I've asked the water spirits to just cleanse my energy because I felt heavy, and then I walk out of that water feeling like a brand new person. I think a lot of people need to cleanse their energy by submerging themselves in water. I also feel that Spirit is telling us that we need to drink more water as well. I've definitely been trying to be more consistent with working on my water intake, and I have seen a difference in when I drink a lot of water and I'm channeling messages, or when I'm meditating. It's just a lot easier versus when I'm not drinking water and my body's just dehydrated. So I do think Spirit is like, okay, y'all need to get in the water. Y'all need to connect with water, not only externally, but internally. There's definitely a need for us to get in touch with bodies of water. Period. So moving on to this last card, we have the Two of Air in a traditional tarot deck. This would be the Two of Swords. On this piece of paper, we see this cross, and then it's almost like a compass, and then it has yes, and then it has no. This is representing like that inner guidance that's telling you to do this or telling you to do that. And then you have these air spirits that are kind of moving the pendulum to yes or moving it to no. But because it's the Two of Swords, this is all like an internal energy. what I'm getting from Spirit is there's a need for us to really tap into our own navigational system. And I think it's because we're going to need to know how to discern things and make decisions for ourselves without external influences, without another entity or AI telling us, oh, do this, do that. We're going to need to rely on our internal guidance a lot more. And I think Spirit is saying that if you want to connect with your internal guidance more, you need to get in nature, because getting in nature, getting in tune with nature, grounding yourself on a daily basis, being present with yourself, being present in your surroundings, being present in your body will help you stay connected to your inner guidance. And sometimes making decisions that come from our internal guidance can be hard because there's a lot of debris floating around. Every time you step outside your house, you go to the store, you go to work, you go to an event, you're constantly collecting other people's energy. And then when you get on the internet, you pick up a lot of energetic debris as well. I think Spirit wants us to start cleansing ourselves so then it'll be easier for us to hear our inner voice saying, hey, go there, not there. Talk to them. Don't talk to them. Don't eat that. Eat this. And I actually have an example of going in nature to help me navigate fear. Last year, I started going to this park that had this beautiful river, waterfall type thing. And when I initially started going to that park, I was in a space where I was very afraid to do anything new. I had just came out of my 12th house perfection year of like shedding a lot of people who didn't need to be in my life anymore. And I was growing into this independence where I could just navigate the world by myself. But I was fearful of trying anything new. I just wanted to stay in my small little bubble and shield myself away from new experiences because I was scared. And so going to this park was a way for me to work through that fear. So when it finally warmed up, I decided to start getting in the water. And every time I'd visit the park, I would just go deeper and deeper until one day I was in the middle of the lake swimming. And this isn't a lake that you could just see straight down into. Like, it's a little murky, but I was so scared to do that. But to finally face my fears of swimming in something that is unknown, it impacted my real life to where I actually allowed myself to have experiences that were unknown to me. That's just an example of how connecting with nature can really help you process things that are going on within yourself. So yeah, you guys, this has been the collective reading for August 2024. Thank you all for watching and stay tuned for more.
Hey y'all, thank you for making it this far in the video. Quick announcement. I'm officially taking readings again, and to celebrate, I'm having a sale for the month of August. If you'd like to book a reading with me, follow the links in my bio.